Good boy. Hi from Tim and Roscoe and myself, and welcome to this yoga for trail runners post-run sequence. Tim, Roscoe and I hope you've had a beautiful run, running wild and free on those trails, and this sequence is just going to help us get back to a relaxed and rested state and stretch off the areas of the body that we use as runners. This is yoga, so all of the stretches should feel good and comfortable in your body. If they don't, back out of them and never push too far into a stretch. When we warm up before a run, we keep the movement dynamic because the muscles are quite cold, but after a run we hold the stretches a little bit more statically. So hope you enjoy this sequence. Let's get going, eh Tim? Oh, and Roscoe says this is a great one for mountain bikers too, don't you, Roscoe? And of course he's right. Tim and Roscoe keep me right. We are going to start in extended child's pose. So come into all fours. You can see me. Tim's on all fours. Yeah. Take the big toes together, knees as wide as the mat. That's right, Tim, isn't it? Take the hands forward a bit and sink the hips back towards the heels, chest and head coming down towards the mat. They can actually touch the mat if that feels comfortable for you. We are stretching out the hips and also the chest and the shoulders. The upper body also important as runners because firstly for breathing, and our breath fuels the movement, as we say in yoga. Hiya, Tim. But also we power those arms when the legs are getting tired, and just breathe into this beautiful restorative stretch as we get our breathing back to normal. Deep breath in and a long breath out. Another deep breath in and a long breath out. Deep breath in. And on an exhale, we'll come back up to all fours. Hi there, Tim. You're getting actively involved in this one, aren't you? Yeah? Good boy. Now I'm going to move into a low runner's lunge. Runner's lunge, I mean, the name suggests it all. A great all-rounder for runners. So take the right foot up to the outside of the right hand. To get a slightly deeper stretch, you can move the left leg back a little bit. This is targeting the hips, the hamstring, the glutes. Notice where you feel the stretch in the left leg. I'm feeling it in the quad as well. That's a good stretch, Tim. If it feels more comfortable, take the hands up to the tops of the thighs. When I take my hands to the tops of the thighs, I feel it a little bit more in the left quad. So just notice where you feel it and find what feels lovely for you in your body today, and each day that might be different. And breathe into this lovely stretch. Right knee above right ankle. Yeah? Deep breath in and a long breath out. Another deep breath in. And on the exhale, take the hands back down to the mat. So we're going to move into a lizard pose. So just gently take the right foot out a little bit, the toes pointing, a sort of a 2 o'clock angle. I always say 45 degrees. I'm going to change that now to 2 o'clock. Is it 2 o'clock, Tim? Yeah. And with a lizard pose, you feel it more on the inner thigh, in the adductors. Breathe into the stretch. Deep breath in and a long breath out. You can take the right hand to the inner thigh and just gently push that out to get a slightly deeper stretch. But don't force any of these stretches. They should feel good, shouldn't they, Tim? Yeah. Deep breath in. And on an exhale, we'll take the right foot back in, moving into a hamstring stretch. So the movement coming from the right hip. The right toes go up towards the sky. Getting that lovely stretch in the right hamstring and breathe into the stretch. If it feels too intense, move the hands closer to the body, but just find a place that feels good for you today. And breathe into the stretch. Deep breath in. And a long breath out. Deep breath in. And a long breath out. One more deep breath in. And on the exhale, take the right foot back into tabletop, and we will switch and do the other side, won't we, Tim? So the left foot comes forward to the outside of the left hand, left knee aligned above left ankle. You can take the right leg back a little bit to find a slightly deeper stretch. Just find what feels great in your body today. If you wish, take the hands to the top of the left thigh. Just find what feels best for you and breathe into it. Get some lovely oxygen going to those muscles. And this is I'm feeling it on certainly my hamstring here, the quad on the inner thigh and quad on the right leg too, into the glute, the hips. Beautiful stretch, low runner's lunge. So hands can be down on the floor or up on the thigh. And we'll move into a lizard pose. So the left foot comes out a little bit, just walk the left toes out and moving the toes to what time's this one? This is 10 o'clock, isn't it, Tim? The toes are pointing at. Yeah, they are. And just feel that lovely stretch on the left inner thigh. And if you wish, you can take your left hand to the left inner thigh and just press it out a wee bit. Can we see that, Tim? Nah, it's best we look at you, isn't it, Tim? And breathe into the stretch. Yeah? Deep breath in. Long breath out. Another deep breath in. And on the next exhale, take the left foot back in, moving into the hamstring stretch. So the movement coming from the left hip. The left toes go up towards the sky. And hands can be closer to the body or up towards the foot, whatever feels good in your body. I also encourage you to notice the difference in each side. Certainly for me, I'm tighter in my left hamstring and glute. Anna, Tim? Yeah. This feels lovely. And breathe into the stretch. Lovely hamstring stretch. Deep breath in. And a long breath out. Another deep breath in. And on the exhale, we'll release that. Take the left foot back into tabletop position. Take a deep breath in and curl the toes under. And on the exhale, lift the hips up high and back into downward facing dog. You may want to move your hands forward slightly. Take the dog for a walk. So bending the right knee, straightening the left leg, and then switch. Bend the left knee, straighten the right leg. And this is giving us a lovely stretch in those calves and in the Achilles tendon. And just feel it out. We're also getting a stretch in the side body. In the obliques, and as trail runners the obliques are so important to us because they help stabilise us as we're running on the rougher trails, and also stretching out the upper body, the chest, shoulders and the arms. A little bit of strength building too, hey, that's always great. And the upper body, yeah, it's so important because that's where our breathing comes from. So I like to put a bit of focus on the upper body, both for strength and stretching it out. And just keep taking that dog for a walk and keep breathing into this beautiful stretch. I'm feeling that in my calves today. We did some hill running, didn't we, Tim? Hey? Running up that hill. Beautiful. Back to stillness. Now we're going to move into pigeon pose. So we're going to take the right foot forward. The right foot is going to come up towards the left hand and place down at the left side of the mat. The right knee drops to the mat. Just find wherever is comfortable. And then the left leg goes flat to the ground. Another great stretch for runners. But if this doesn't feel comfortable in your body, find a variation that does, or go back into downward dog or one of the lunges. This is stretching out the hips, the glutes, the thighs, piriformis, has it all covered. It's a beauty for runners. Pigeon pose, and breathe into the pose. Deep breath in and a long breath out. Another deep breath in. And if you wish, you can take your forearms down to the mat and take your head down to the mat as well. That'll just give you a slightly different stretch. Just try it, see how it feels. Another deep breath in and a long breath out. So you're either down on the forearms or body is up a little bit. Keep some brightness in the toes and that will protect the knees. Deep breath in. And on the exhale, we'll curl the left toes under and head back up into downward facing dog and switch to the left hand side. So the left foot comes up and place it to the right side of the mat with the knee dropping to the mat. The right foot shuffles on back, so the right leg is down on the mat. We use our hands for stability, find a bit of upright in the upper body, brightness in the toes, and just find a variation that works in your body. Pigeon pose, a beautiful one to stretch out the lower body. And breathe into it, get some oxygen into those muscles. Deep breath in and a long breath out. Deep breath in and on a long breath out. You can take the forearms down to the mat, the head down to the mat as well. Just find a variation that suits you. And say if this doesn't feel good in your body, go into something that does, either downward dog, taking your dog for a walk, or back into a lunge. But give it a go. Pigeon pose. Deep breath in and a long breath out. Final deep breath in pigeon. And on the exhale, take your right leg around to meet the left. I'm going to take both legs out in front of us and sit in a seated position. Take the right knee in towards the chest, right paw. Right foot to the mat. Yogi's choice, left hand just take to the outside of the right knee, or you can hook the left elbow around the right knee. And I think lengthen the spine on an inhale, and on an exhale we take the right hand behind us and just give us a little twist. So this is stretching out the outer hip and the lower back. Deep breath in. And a long breath out as you can go into the stretch a little bit deeper, or the twist. Another deep breath in. And on the exhale, take the upper body back to centre. The knee is still in towards the chest, and we're going to drop the knee to the mat, like into a tree pose, but seated. And this is stretching out the right inner thigh. And think some nice length in the spine. Let's give those hamstrings a little bit more love. So take both hands to the left calf, or even higher. Just find what's comfortable for you. And we're gently just going to walk the hands down towards the foot and back up. And you should feel a lovely stretch in that left hamstring and also in the right thigh. And I feel that in the lower back too. So just go really gentle. Down towards the foot, just to where you can get to without any forcing or straining, and back up. Just keep it going, feeling that lovely stretch, giving that hamstring a little bit of love. Huh? Yay. Let's do one more. Keep breathing into these stretches as well. Lovely, and let's switch. So the right foot goes out, right leg straight. Bend the left knee, left foot coming up towards the bum. And I don't know why I laughed at that, as you do. Was that funny, Tim? It wasn't really, was it? No? No, Tim ain't laughing, neither's Roscoe. So right hand can come to the outside of the left knee, or you can hook the right elbow around the left knee, whatever feels comfortable for you. We're getting a stretch here in the outer hip and in the lower back. So take a deep breath in. And on the exhale, take the left hand behind, think lengthen the spine and journey into a twist, and breathe into it. Deep breath in. And a long breath out. Another deep breath in. And on the exhale, take the upper body back to centre. Drop the left knee open, kind of into a seated tree pose. Get a lovely stretch in that left inner thigh. And let's give this right hamstring a little bit more love. So take the hands to the right calf, think a little bit of length in the spine, and just gently walk the hands down towards the right foot and back up. Really beautiful, gentle hamstring stretch. Yay. Nice, isn't it, Tim? You're going to sleep now? Yeah, you've done your post-run cool down, haven't you? Yeah. Now you're doing the really restorative bit. And breathe into this lovely hamstring stretch. So stretching out that right hamstring and getting a stretch on the left inner thigh. Beautiful. And back to stillness. And we'll take left foot to the outer edge of the left outer edge of the mat, and then right foot to the right edge. So knees are bent, hands behind us. We're going into 90-90 drops. Another one that's great for the glutes, the hips, piriformis, inner thighs. So just drop the knees to the left of the mat and breathe into it. And a long breath out. Another deep breath in. And a long breath out. I'm feeling that in the right outer hip as well. And back up to centre and switch sides to both knees over to the right side of the mat. And just notice where you feel it as you breathe into these beautiful stretches. Deep breath in. You're making me feel sleepy now, Tim. And a long breath out. Another deep breath in. And a long breath out. So take the knees back up to centre. We're now going to take the feet out and just gently lower to our back. I'm going to kind of join Tim, although you're on your side, but just go into really nice, restorative, restful place where we can just relax and be so proud of ourselves for getting out there and having a run, being wild and free. Take the right knee in towards the chest. Just give yourself a little bit of a hug and release any tension in the lower back and the hips. Deep breath in. And on the exhale, release that and switch sides. So the left knee comes in towards the chest. Just take the hands around it. Give your knee a little hug and release any tension in the lower back. Deep breath in. And a long breath out. Both feet to the mat, knees bent. Lift the right foot up towards the sky. Cross the right ankle across the left top of the left thigh towards the knee. I'm saying. Move the right foot over a little bit, the right hips over. And we're just going to continue the journey. So the left knee and the right foot go over to the left side of the mat for a beautiful twist. Deep breath in. And a long breath out. Another deep breath in. And on an exhale, come back up to centre. We'll switch. So right paw, right foot goes to the mat, left foot comes up to the sky. Take the left ankle across the right thigh up towards the knee. Scoot the hips over to the left a little bit and continue the journey. The right knee and the right foot dropping to the right side of the mat, giving us a lovely stretch in the lower back and in the outer hip too. And breathe into it. Deep breath in. Long breath out. A deep breath in. On the exhale, release and come back up to centre. Yogi's choice, if you have a few minutes just to go into a beautiful restful shavasana, take both feet out, stretch in the body. You can take the arms up above your head for a lovely full body stretch. But if you need to rock and roll, you can rock up into a seated position and join me. The sun's getting in my eyes. That's lovely to see the sun coming out because we're now in autumn, so that's beautiful. Hope you've enjoyed that Yoga for Trail Runners post run. If you have, Tim and I would be really grateful if you could hit the like button. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel and share this video with any friends, family who you think might benefit from it or even enjoy it. And that's it. What do you think, Tim? He's got an itch to scratch now. Until next time, thank you and have fun running wild and free out on those trails. Take care from Tim, Roscoe and I. We'll see you soon. Look at that, Tim. Yeah, you liked it? You got some lunch now, don't you? Hey? Yeah, get you some lunch.